Oh, hello and welcome to this introductory art lesson. My name is Mrs. Marshall and I'm going to be explaining to you today how we're going to be sketching some leaves in time for the new term, and we look at natural forms in our project for this year. I'm going to show you how to draw a leaf. I'm going to be showing you how you can hold your pencil, quality of line and your pressure of line. I'm going to show you your hand grip, and which is an over, and your pencil grip. Before we carry on, you'll need to collect your materials, and you'll need to collect, please. You'll need to go and fetch a pencil, and this one I've got sharpened especially for the occasion. You'll need a rubber, probably. I won't make much use of that, but I'll hopefully explain what to do. You'll need some leaves. So here I've got some ivy leaves here, or a leaf from a sycamore tree or an acer tree. This is some corn, barley. In fact, I picked this round the back of the fields of our school. Very beautiful walk I went on the other day. And then this is willow, obviously round our waterways, and very famous by William Morris. So please pause the video while you go and collect your materials. You'll need white paper, the pencil, and a leaf and a rubber. Excellent. Welcome back, and I hope you've got your equipment and ready for the drawing. So just to start off with, you should have your pencil here, and I'm holding it in the classic pencil grip here. There's another grip though that you may all know, not know, but this is called an over grip, and you'll see that sometimes I use the pencil like this, and sometimes I use the pencil like that. This is the strongest grip you can use, but you will all know that different people use their pencil in all sorts of different ways to create different marks, and that's great because we're all individual. We all make our own marks in different ways. And I'm going to start by drawing this ivy leaf. I'm going to start by drawing this one, probably. And you'll notice, for those of you who know about symmetry, this is symmetrical. I've got a line through here, and it's mainly symmetrical. I mean, it's quite difficult to see exactly, but we've got the white line here. I'm not too worried about the line. I'm more worried about the shape, which is looking like a star shape, and its little stem there. And I'm going to start by drawing that. This is where the exciting thing comes in. I'm going to move some of these out of the way to make it a bit easier for me to draw, so that you can see, so you can draw at the same time. It does look a bit dark, I apologise for that, but I've got to be able to see the leaf myself. So to start with, I'm going to try and draw it bigger than the actual leaf and try and get the right direction, and I'm using a pencil grip for now here. This part of the leaf, I'm doing it quite softly, and that's good to have it soft, because if I wanted to rub that out, I can take that away. I'm going to take that out at this angle here. Comes out at this angle, and this comes down there. This comes across here like that. You can hear my pencil working away. I would suggest, if I was going to measure that middle of the leaf is probably about there. It may not be. I may have to get the rubber out. It's not too bad there. All right, like this. So we're literally sketching out the shape of the leaf like that. I am not going to be too worried about the veins. I know people they like drawing the veins. I'm going to put a little bit in, very, very light lines, so I can see where they are. You'll see that the angle of that is not quite right. The actual angle of the stem goes off to the right. Can you see that? It goes off to the right. So here, I'm going to take that stem there, and it curves. Can you see the curve there? And what we do, particularly in secondary school, in art lessons, at the Marlborough School, we try and work from real life. Our real life objects in front of us, and it's quite a skill. And for those of you who've been working very hard, working from photographs, that's wonderful. You just keep drawing. It's just wonderful, wonderful thing to do. And you can keep going through this in the summer holidays and so on. It's really good to draw because it keeps you concentrated, and it's really lovely to be able to draw. And you can see I'm putting extra weight of line here, And I'm going to use something called my overgrip here. That's a bit narrow. Can you see that's a bit narrow? I'm going to put my shading in here. And I quite like side-to-side shading because it's quite a quick way. And secret here, this will also sharpen your pencil. That's quite exciting, isn't it? That's quite exciting. So here, I'm going to shade that in. I'm going to do that quite quickly so you get an idea. And obviously some parts of that are a bit darker, so I can do that. Some parts of this are a bit darker here, like this, like that. There are all sorts of different types of leaves for you to practice with once you've had a go at a simpler leaf shape. If you choose a leaf that's a bit big, they're quite hard to draw because they can go off the page, which is fine. So once you've done your smaller leaves, you can start doing the bigger leaves. See, I think that's a little bit wide, but for the sake of this tutorial, you can see that from where you're sitting, I expect, while you're watching. So, and I'm going to actually put some shading in the opposite direction. So I'm moving my arm, and I've got quite a stiff arm, and I'm not moving my pen. I'm just literally getting the pencil to do the work. I've actually got my wrist resting on my paper. So I'm just doing the work with my, I've got my wrist resting on the paper here. Okay, I've just realised here. And if you feel it's going to get a bit smudgy, if that's going to smudge, and you're worried about that, then what I would do is put a little piece of paper underneath, and that's much darker here. Can you see that? How much darker that is? Like that. So I'm going to make that darker through here. And I'm doing my over grip, and I'm literally doing that quite quickly for you there, so you can see what I'm doing. Like that. Oh, it's so nice to be drawing, honestly. It's lovely. It's part of what I've been doing, drawing and painting. And I love drawing the natural forms in our local countryside. There's something really beautiful about that. I can get my rubber here, and actually I can do something what's called an invisible line. Can you see that little line, that vein here? Which is why I didn't draw them in to start with. Okay, so I literally put this with the rubber through here, like that. And if those are a bit wide, those lines, I can shade those back in like that. You'll see the little rubbings. They start to make my pencil work a bit darker. So I'm going to use those little rubbings. That's fine. You see how it's a bit lighter there? I'm going to narrow that back up again. All right, and that's what I'm looking for. Some of you might like to do that much bigger. So if you were going to sketch that out, so supposing I go back to this line again, you could actually start drawing it really big like that. So there's that little line there. Again, I'm using pencil grip, back to pencil grip. It's my most comfortable grip, as it happens. I feel much more in control with that. I'm using my hand really quite solidly on the table there, around like that. And you know, it might be rather nice to get any of your family involved in this if you wanted to, and show them what you've done. It's really rather nice. I've had families quite often do some of the work that I've been doing. It's been rather nice to see everybody's work. And I do know that you should be able to send this to me. There should be a link if we can get that up and running. Can you see what I've done there? Put the line through there, and then shade. Then shade is my over grip back again, and then I can use my rubber. And then you fill your page up with all sorts of different leaves and so on. And it's this quality of line here that's quite important, and how hard you press. So here I'm pressing very lightly, and here I'm pressing much more heavily, and here I'm pressing very heavily there. In fact, I can get it very dark like that. So you get different, and this is what's called quality of line, where it gets lighter and lighter. So it's really, really, so that's your grading, tonal grading there. Okay, so nice line there, nice line there. Enjoy your drawing. I really look forward to seeing you and your drawings. It's so exciting. It's this really lovely project. And you get to see, as I say, all the natural forms in your local environment. Thank you very much.